Welcome to TouchPoints TV. I'm Debbie House, Editor-in-Chief of Retail TouchPoints, and I'm here with Bill Creighton, who's the Vice President of Merchandising for Lifeway Christian Stores.
Hi Debbie, I'm glad to be here.
Good. So, can you, for our viewers who are not familiar with your retail business, can you fill us in just a little bit, high-level overview of Lifeway?
Yes, so Lifeway Christian Stores, we're a chain of specialty stores. We've got a little over 170 stores.
Okay.
And we are part of a larger organization called Lifeway Christian Resources. It's one of the largest Christian publishers in the world.
Okay, terrific. So tell us a little bit about the solution that you've implemented with RealX. It's a supply chain solution. And first, I'm kind of curious about when you were thinking about the implementation, what were the business challenges you were trying to solve?
Right. We had lack of systems, lack of integration. And we have a very long tenure compared to other retailers in our workforce. And we've worked pretty much in spreadsheets the entire time. And you can imagine, we manage at any one time in excess of 3 million store SKU combinations, sometimes more.
That's a lot of spreadsheets.
A lot of spreadsheets. So we weren't really managing or optimizing the model stocks, the level of inventory that we would put in every store by SKU. And when we did, it became static. We never changed it. It would just order up to the same quantity, and even though sales trends would change. And so we had a lot of opportunity if we could find the right system.
So fast forward, can you talk a little bit about the results from the implementation?
Yes, so one of the reasons we selected RealX was it's kind of multifunctional. So at its base in our RFP, we needed an integrated system that would allow us to have a forward-looking picture when we allocated and replenished product to stores. That was the core reason why we went after the systems. We found out going through the process that there were other functions, other capabilities associated with RealX, but we did things pretty unconventional. So, for example, we put RealX up into production just as we entered the holiday season.
That can be frightening.
Most retailers would do that, right? It would be viewed as high risk.
Yep.
And so we did that, and what we really liked about working with RealX is they like to approach it with an agile type approach. They don't just put the whole thing up all at once and then we see how it works.
Okay.
And we made it through the holiday season, and we didn't have any huge disasters. So by all accounts, it was successful. And
so what was the transition like for the team within the company? Okay,
so that was the biggest challenge, right? So Lifeway employees have been doing things the way they do them for a long time. And so we had to really work hard to educate and go through a discovery process. And we tried to include our staff all along the way. We identified power users so that they would own it, and then there would be some accountability. For all of the complexities that are in the system, we found it actually very simple to use. And so it fits us, it works well with us. One of the things that really drew us to RealX is they have a mobile app, a mobile component, which the competitors in the RFP, they were all completely centralized. And if you think about the kind of products we sell, a lot of published materials, you've got authors, you've got local authors in some stores. And so when we do assortment planning, we can still group stores like most central organizations do in retail. We can still assort them differently. We can execute that, get the products to stores, but there's always something that needs to be different in this store, Or they'll have someone come in to do a huge order. And we've got a special order process that they get on the phone and call, and it's very laborious. So it works. But we're going to have the capability with a mobile app to be able to execute right there on the spot. And so I'm breaking assortment planning into kind of a new philosophy that I'm calling macro localization and micro localization. So macro is your typical assortment planning, central office. Micro localization is what empowers the managers and our key associates at store level to participate in the process of fine-tuning their assortments and their quantities.
Sounds exciting, and it sounds like a great process, and you're off to a good start. So
Yes.
thanks so much for
We think so.
sharing the information with us, and thanks to our viewers for joining us today as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.